In a world of chaos, you have the power to unlock a time-warping version of our show with a peek behind the scenes and even more Nathan and Krissy banter.
That's right. When you become a member of the most excellent 80s movies podcast at truestory.fm, you get episodes 1 week early.
Plus, each episode has bonus content for your listening delight and amusement that you can't get anywhere else.
And you can hop onto the truestory.fm Discord to join the conversation there too, where we chat about our show and all the other shows that truestory.fm has to offer.
So be a hero to this podcast and a hero to your ears. Go to True Story FM today, click on our show page, and become a member.
And when you're out there in the world, be sure to keep the most excellent 80s movies podcast motto in mind. Be excellent to each other and party on,
dudes.
Before we dive in, here's another show you can enjoy in the True Story FM family of entertainment podcasts.
Do you like movies?
Do you like sports?
Have you ever thought, I've never played that sport on the screen, but I really enjoyed how the movie made me feel?
Well then, have we got a show for you. The Adrian Moment is where my friend Ocean and I discuss the triangulation of sports, movies, and life.
We dive deep into the movies, discussing how they relate to and have affected our lives.
We will talk about why the sport matters to the movie, why you don't have to love the sport to enjoy the movie, and mine a few nuggets of meaning inside the story you may not have realized was really there.
After listening to our show, come join us for more conversations about the movies that portray the thrill of victory
and the agony of defeat.
Find the Adrian Moment podcast on your favorite podcast app and join us while we cover the sports you love and the ones you never think about.
You will never see sports or sport movies the same again.
Okay, now for the lightning round.
I'm so good at lightning rounds. That's from Friends. It's my favorite show.
20 seconds on the clock starts now. Who is the captain of the USS Enterprise?
Oh, crap. Is it, Captain Stubing? No, Morgan? Crunch?
Next question. Which superhero is Tony Stark?
Stark. Did Game of Thrones have superheroes? I only watched 2 episodes.
What planet were Luke and Leia born on?
Planet Fitness?
Oh, time's up. Sorry. And now, a word from our sponsor.
Hey everybody, Mandy Kaplan here. Please check out my podcast, Make Me a Nerd, where each week an incredible guest tries to baptize this mainstream mom into the world of sci-fi, fantasy, and all things nerdy. Available wherever you podcast.
That's our show, folks.
Wait, I just thought of it. Padme Amidala gave birth to her twins Luke and Leia on Polis Massa. No, that's dumb. Is it Planet Hollywood?
And welcome to the most excellent 80s movies podcast. It's the podcast where we weld and two-step our way through the 80s movies we think we love or might have missed with these our modern eyes to see how well we like them now. You know how that goes. And today we're talking about Flashdance, a movie selection from 1983, about which the Google overview says, Alex Owens, played by Jennifer Beals, is a beautiful young woman who works a day job in a steel mill and dances in a bar at night. When Alex discovers that her handsome boss, Nick Hurley, played by Michael Nouri, is both interested in her and supportive of her performing career, she renews her efforts to get accepted into a prestigious dance conservatory. Although Alex is frightened of failure, she is cheered on by Nick, as well as her mentor, former ballet performer Hannah Long, played by Lilia Scala.
Where are we getting these synopses?
From Google.
I feel like we need to find a new source.
Okay. You don't like them? You don't find that they're accurate and compelling?
They've been rough. Yeah. They've been rough.
Okay. Well, here comes the trailer.
You walk out there, And the music starts and you feel it. Your body just moves. There's something inside of you that just clicks and you're gone. It's like you're somebody else for a while.
Her name is Alex. She works in a man's world. She dances in a world of her dreams. Flashdance. Flashdance. If a dream comes true just one time, it can change your life for all time.
What a stupid tagline. If a dream comes true just one time, it can change your life for all time?
Yeah, that's not that's not a great message.
Yeah, it's not also like that's not really what this movie is.
If I had to say, I feel like they kind of voice it in if you give up on your dream, you die is kind of what they voice in the movie.
Right.
I really, it's like she's talking to that. Was that her grandma? There's some
I
parts.
thought it was her grandma, but it was just her friend.
Just her friend. Admittedly, this is one of those movies where you can totally enjoy Flashdance, but also watch things on your phone as well. That's my hot take.
Yeah.
I feel like, there was one point I wanted the not grandma to say, you're going to fail more times than you succeed, but you've got to get yourself out there. She doesn't say that.
No, she doesn't say that.
No.
The whole
that's
movie
not
is,
the message of Flashdance.
No, the message of Flashdance is that if you fail once, you're fucked.
Yeah. Which is terrible news for a lot of us.
Yeah, it's true. It's the exact opposite of what we teach people in improv.
Yeah, I mean, my experience is that I fail more. Like, I teach film school. They're always failing. They only fail almost all the time, and that's okay. Like, you need to learn what works, what doesn't. You're never going to put anything from film school on your professional demo reel 5 years later. You're going to try to get that off your reel as soon as possible. It's a safe space for failure.
Yeah, and it's the same for improv where we're making stuff up as we go. The mistakes are opportunities to see what you can do better. And as someone who's an improvisational dancer, you'd think that Alex would learn that at some point down the line. But no, she never learns that. That's not the message of the movie.
Well, she's not she isn't writing the movie.
No, she's not writing. She's not writing her own ticket. She's not writing her own life. She's just living it.
Yeah. Welcome to Flashdance.
Welcome to Flashdance.
Despite just coming out of the gate, I actually enjoyed quite a bit of this movie.
Did you? And
also, I wouldn't say disliked, but unenjoyed even more.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's one of those movies to where I recommend it. However, even though it's a short movie, don't worry, it'll feel long.
It did feel long, and it did. And I checked several times to see how much of the movie was left while watching it. Which is one of the fun facts I learned was that the director and producer wanted it to be 2 hours and 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And then the
Everyone
studio
else
was like, nope, it needs to be 90 minutes and you're done.
And thank God. Yeah.
And thank God. Where is that voice now to make these fucking movies shorter?
Yeah.
By the way, I'm Krissy Lenz, one of the directors at the Neighborhood Comedy Theater in downtown Mesa, Arizona. With me, as always, is
Nathan Blackwell, independent filmmaker, and apparently
lover of Flashdance.
Lover of let's not put words in my mouth.
So we chose this movie because it's one of the most popular movies of 1983.
Yeah, gosh darn it! It is one of the most 80s movies that we've ever seen. Like it can only be made in the 80s.
Yeah. Yes. But I had never seen it. You had never seen it, so neither one of us knew what we were getting into.
Mm-hmm.
And I did not like this movie. Spoiler alert. I found this movie was
There's
a
lot
waste of time.
Uh-huh. Now, if I had I'm not upset by that. Mainly because I have no emotional stakes in the movie whatsoever. There's a lot of fun moments and scenes, but then there's just a lot of extra stuff. It's to understand this movie, you've got to understand that it is the progenitor of a lot of others 80s movies. Like there's no Top Gun without Flashdance. Because
why do you think that?
So it's not that so it's because literally it's the same producers.
Mm-hmm.
And this was their break in, and they repeated this style of movie going forward. So this is Simpson and Bruckheimer. And so basically making the MTV-style movies where, so there's a lot of similarity between this and Days of Thunder and all the Michael Bay movies. This is kind of the early beginnings of all those movies, and not only style, but just even with the characters' journeys and the romance stories and them having a dream and not being able to pursue it and no, I don't have time for love. Oh, okay, I'll make time for love. All the flashy, unconsequential side characters. It's the Bruckheimer Simpson model for the next 2 decades. Going on for so it's and then in addition there were the copycats. There's no Dirty Dancing or Footloose without Flashdance. So that's the movie that it's like when there's a big hit out of nowhere, and other people try to reproduce it. It's like, oh, dance movies are in again, sexy dance movies. And so that's what happened, because you have to understand this was a $7.5 million movie that made almost $100 million. So it was a big deal, but also without Flashdance wouldn't have happened without Saturday Night Fever.
Of course.
But yeah.
And I get all of that, and I'm fascinated to hear your take on that, and I'm happy to have Flashdance in the long line of progenitors of movies that I do like. I'm grateful for its contribution, but I didn't like the characters. I didn't like Alex. I thought she was unsustainably dumb. Like, you know, sure, you
I'm
can
not
be afraid of
disputing. I'm not
failure.
disputing any of that. I'm not
Right.
disputing any of that. If anything that I've said, it's basically recommending it as an academic study. You know
Right.
that
Okay. And I
this is a
love the
this is a beginning of like the Bruckheimer, style movie of like the 80s movies as an MTV music video, which then morphed into the Michael Bay movies.
right. And I love that. But this aside from the dancing sequence, this movie is no fun. Like
Correct.
the dancing is fun. Her dancing is super fun, and we get to see some of the other girls dancing, and it's super fun.
Yes.
I love the dancing sequences. I don't even mind that we see them dance to an entire song. I'm happy. Dance to the whole song. Dance to 2 songs.
I feel like we've seen a lot of more boring movies that don't have kind of like highlights like this.
That don't have dancing.
Yes. And I'm not even a huge dancing guy, but like if you can get me with a good dance sequence or a good musical sequence, then I'm on board.
Are you saying you like this more than Beaches?
Beaches is a better movie,
Yeah.
but I probably liked it's weird. It's like I like moments of this movie better than any moment in Beaches, but Beaches is a better movie for sure.
Yeah.
It's Now when I started off recommending this movie, saying that to see it again, I'm not. It's not under the. It's like if you want a really 80s movies to kind of, and you've got a couple drinks in you, and you can you can go to the bathroom or even take a phone call for 10-15 minutes and come back to the movie and still get the same enjoyment value out of it. This is that movie.
Okay. All right. So it's about, as we said in the overview, Alex, who is a welder by day. We get her riding her bike and doing a welding montage to the song "What a Feeling," which is a great beginning of the movie. I'm like, okay, I'm into this. What a feeling.
Yeah, there's so many good bangers, as they say, in terms of 80s songs in this movie.
It's true, which is why our bonus content for today is going to be movie soundtracks we love.
Awesome.
Yeah, it is going to be awesome. But we also see her at the bar that she works at, and she does the splash dance, as we'll call it.
Right.
Her boss from the steel yard shows up and is a smitten kitten. Her friends include a burger flippin' chef. I wouldn't say chef, I would say cook.
Right.
He's not getting any Michelin stars out here.
No.
And he is a teller of racist, inappropriate jokes who wants to be a comedian. So his dream is to want
They're
to be a
Polak
comedian.
jokes, to be fair, but yes.
Well, which is like one of the number one rule of comedy. You can't just tell jokes. You have to have a point of view, and like his point of view is that
he has
he's a
no
racist
future as a
asshole.
comedian. He has no future as a comedian.
But it's like you said, that he's part of this story of like, if you fail at your dream, then you just shut down your whole life and live unhappily forever after.
Right. I feel like we're not going to make much progress going through the plot of Flashdance.
No.
I feel like the best version of Flashdance is when they show clips of it when they're talking about other movies, like 80s movies, or even just the trailer, is the best version of what they've done here. All the supporting characters, there's really not much of an arc to them. The only supporting character that fascinates me is the owner slash bar owner of the place.
Well, but just to go back for a minute, her best friend is also is a waitress at the bar where she dances, and she wants to be a figure skater. So you've got the cook who wants to be a stand-up comedian, and the waitress who wants to be a figure skater. But she goes to her figure skating recital and fails. She falls down twice, and then the boss is all like, well, she'll do better next time. And Alex is like, there's not going to be a next time, which just
the grave consequences of failure after.
Of one failure. One time you fall on your ass, you're donezo for good. There's not going to be a next time. Give up on your dream.
So we see a lot of examples of people who get one shot at their dream.
Same with the racist comedian. He goes to LA, all the way to LA. He does one gig at a club, doesn't get good laughs, so he comes back with his hat in his hand.
Yeah. So many examples of dreamers who have failed. And is I don't know if Polak's probably not even probably even saying Polak is racist. Not racist.
Yeah, I don't.
Are they really a race? It's bigoted.
Okay. Well, I'm
Polish.
I'm really
They're Polish, for God's sake.
Yeah. And I know that
the fine people of Poland.
So it's just another example to me of how this movie doesn't hold up, even though I'm hearing you say that it is the progenitor of all these things that we love. It doesn't hold up on its own.
And I'm not arguing that.
Okay, good. I'm glad that you're not. I also want to talk about, when we say that we're going back and looking at these movies with modern eyes, there's a little bit of a hypocrisy, I think, too, of like her friend Jeannie. Eventually, this is how we know she's given up on her life, is she goes across the street to Johnny C's all nude dancing place. And she's not even dancing. She's just laying on her back, waving her legs in the air.
She wasn't even all nude.
She was not. None of them were. But Alex goes and like drags her out of there and is like, is this what you're gonna do with your life? Be a trashy stripper? And it's like, well, you're a trashy stripper. Like, what? Just because she takes her top off doesn't make her that much worse than you. And granted, the club is like way sleazier, and we can tell from like
she's
our
a burlesque dancer. They're burlesque dancers. This is a dive bar with a burlesque dancer stage,
which is the funniest thing. Like, I want to go to this bar. It's high quality.
And so I want to get back to the owner, who is owner.
I'm not done.
The owner is like, he's like the bald guy from what's it the
owner of Maybe's.
Yeah, the owner of Maybe's. He's like the guy from what's that Adult Swim show with like the talking drink and hamburger.
Aqua Teen Hunger Force?
Yeah, so he's like the gruff guy in that, like the human, like the fat human in that. That's who he is. And who sold him on this concept?
Of having a burlesque show in his bar?
It's not just like a cheesy stage. Like, it's a full production. It's like a glowing stage with props, and the dancers can really do whatever they want, There's some really like crazy, like art-driven performance pieces, and he just like shrugs his shoulders. I'm just the owner. They can do what they want,
Yep, and we have to assume they're not repeating the same dances twice.
Right. And so I just would have loved to see the conversation where he was sold on this concept.
I want to go to this bar. That this is the fun part of the thing, is that the people at this bar get to see these beautiful burlesque performances. And like, you know, we're not seeing their clientele as being sleazy for taking in these burlesque performances where the women are stripping, just
Mhm.
not down to their underpants. But they all look down on the strippers. It's like, you're doing the same thing, you
Yes.
know?
Well, it's not though. It's not though. Like the
But
burlesque performances are not the same thing as the strip club.
well, I get that we're supposed to see it that way, that the strip club is the sleazy step down, but in the grand scheme of things, it's the same difference. You're still, you know, dancing and taking your clothes off for the people who come to see you.
But the burlesque show is not nude.
No, it's not nude, but they get down to wet lingerie.
Uh-huh. Well,
So you can't really say that it's not to titillate the audience.
I feel like it is titillating, but the burlesque is much more kind of an equal level of the artistic performance and more empowerment on the performer. And it's more seen as a show, you know.
I get that, but it's like the story that we're being told is that the burlesque dancers want to be there because they're so free and empowered, and the strippers don't want to be there because they're empty, soulless failures. And it's like, I would like to see a little bit more positivity in the life of a stripper, because, you know, a lot of what they do is pretty artistic too. I get that that's not what we're supposed to be seeing in this movie, but like, have you ever seen a girl dance on a pole? They work hard. They work hard for that money.
So both of us. So I'm like, no, burlesque is an art, and you're like, no, stripping is also an art. We're like we're both thinking that the other one is arguing the opposite of what we're arguing.
Right. And granted, what she was doing was no art. She was just waving her ankles in the air.
Yeah.
Saying, and she wasn't even saying, look at my boobies. It was like she was saying, look at my vagina, which is covered by cloth. So I was just like, let's be a little more stripper positive movie. Especially with the way Alex drags her out of there. Like, you gotta get out of here. This is terrible. Put your jacket on. You're naked. And she's like, well, you're naked too.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm in a wet lingerie. I'm classy. We can both be classy dolls. We don't have to tear each other down. We can lift each other up.
Yeah.
But you're right. We're not going to get anywhere by trying to go through the plot of this movie. It is, like you said, it's like a beat poem. It's like a music video. It just bounces from one thing to the next.
It's kind of, it's part Saturday Night Fever. It's part Rocky, you know, to where, you know, I'm in a blue collar background. I've got a dream. I'm a dreamer. I'm different than all these other people. I've got a secret life. And this is the thing that's going to pull me up.
Yeah. I did love the workout sequence where they're working out. It's actually pretty funny. Because they're like lifting weights and stuff, and then there's she's with all her dancer friends, and
it is full on like a music video. Like it's in a
it's a funny music video.
It's filmed against a white glowing void as they're all just kind of working out. Yeah, and so this is the fun of Flashdance.
Yeah,
and then the unfun is everything in between, you know. But I feel like we kind of get a bit of this with Footloose too, to where there's a lot of stuff that happens that I just don't care about, you know.
Mhm.
Footloose was a little more engaging, but there was also plenty of stuff to where it's like, okay, where's the remote?
Yeah. I'm over this. I'm done with it.
Mm-hmm.
Um but so she does fall in love with her boss.
Mm-hmm.
She sleeps with him on the first date after they watch her friend fail.
She's got a great pickup line, by the way. Like he comes off as like, is he a sleaze? Is he not a sleaze? So at the end of their first date, he's gonna leave, and she says, "Well, don't you want some pizza?"
Yeah.
And then they start making out, which is now my new line. That's my
Don't
new
you want
line.
some pizza? And people will go, Flashdance? Are you flash dancing me, Nathan?
No, I'm bringing it back.
Yeah. She also takes her bra off under her sweater.
Yes.
I feel like that's the move. You need to learn how to do that. Put a bra on and take it off under your sweater.
Yes, I think it became a thing because of
It's
this movie.
It's a thing because it's a necessity.
Yes, but I mean, like, it became a thing, kind
A
of like,
sexy thing.
yeah, like Tom Cruise sliding across in his socks in
Uh-huh.
Risky Business. It became a thing. Um, what are your thoughts on what are your thoughts on Jennifer Beal, the performer?
Oh, I enjoyed her. I thought she was
Yeah.
beautiful. Zoe said she was the prettiest girl she's ever seen.
Yeah.
I love the idea that she's dancing, even though that's a stunt performer. It's not a stunt performer; it's a dancer.
Yeah. She was super, super charming and super, super cute. I think Alex, her character was great up until she was romantically jilted. And
Well,
then,
and then she throws a rock through the guy's window because
yes.
she sees him with one blonde. It doesn't wait to get an explanation. She throws a rock through his window. You son of a bitch. And it's like, wow, you went to violence really quickly.
Yeah, and she reacts that way again when she finds out that her dude Nick called and got her an audition, and she steps
Yeah.
out of a moving car
In a tunnel.
Yeah, so it's really interesting. So here's a character who is kind of a girl becoming a woman, having kind of her one of her first, I don't know if it's her first sexual experience, but it's kind of portrayed that way, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like she knew what she was doing, but she's definitely, like, anywhere she goes, she's wearing baggy clothes. She's kind of hiding herself.
Mm-hmm.
She confesses to the priest that she's sorry that she's been having thoughts of sex, and
Mm-hmm.
she's just very girlish, who's having these sexual feelings. And I feel like this is much less the Jerry Bruckheimer thing, because a lot of their movies are very, like, bro-tastic, like, bros, yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Bros, fuck yeah.
like in all the Bruckheimer movies, like, going forward, it's really a bro romance between two dudes, you know?
Right.
Like Bad Boys, Top Gun, like, like Pirates of the Caribbean. It's the director, I feel. This is I can feel the influence of the director, Adrian Lyne, who
Mm-hmm.
did Fatal Attraction, Indecent Proposal, kind of these, like, these sexy 90s,
Dramas.
yeah,
Yeah.
like thriller dramas, this is, I think Flashdance is a sexy movie because of him, you know.
Yeah, so I wanted to toss in that Maureen Jahan was Jennifer Beals' body double for the dancing scenes. I want to get her name in there. She was
Good,
kept
because
hidden from the press.
she is in the movie so much.
She is. But they kept her hidden from the press because they didn't want to ruin the illusion.
Yeah. Then they did a really poor job
They
because
sure did.
this is it's always amusing to spot the double, but the thing is, I've never seen a more obvious double in anything except for the end here in Flashdance, because
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that Jennifer Beals, like, she steps into the room and then turns on the record, and at that point she's no longer in the scene for like the
Yeah.
next 3 minutes. It is just the double, and you can
It's more
really
than one
clearly
double.
you can
It's
really clearly see that it's not Jennifer Beals for
yeah.
like huge, like from that on.
Yeah.
It like there you can see her face for sure.
The leap through the air in the audition scene was done by a gymnast named Sharon Shapiro, and the breakdancing was done by Crazy Legs.
Crazy Legs. And then everything else
so
was the main double.
was the main double, Maureen Jahan.
Yeah.
Who is a beautiful dancer and deserves her day in the sun.
Yes. We've finally done you justice on our podcast.
Yes, we've brought you to the light. Jahan.
We're doing what we can.
We
don't have a lot of power.
Good work.
But
but like you were saying, she seems like such a sweet young girl who's like having this awakening, but she does really crass things, like when she is like fondling him with her foot at the restaurant, and then the ex-wife comes in and she's like, I fucked his brains out. It's like, wow, that's really out of character too for this girl that we get to know.
And so we always have to ask our question, the question when we see something like that, is that, are we supposed to be on on our character's side when they do something like that, or do the filmmakers know that she's being provocative and a little unhinged? Like when she steps out of the, it's like, and sometimes, you play a game. It's like in the script, it could say that she's angry, she steps out of the car, she runs away. But then sometimes like the performer and the director are like, no, we want this to seem as inappropriate. We want her to see like she's going too far. That'll make her more complex, And so sometimes it's the way that you actually perform it that is, because with any movie, the movie is saying, this is good, you should like this,
Right.
like there's always like with how people react and how the world that's the thing is that the movie can create how the world reacts to everyone, and so they're always saying like, this is normal, you should believe this, you should agree with this, or this is how the world works, and you should not agree with this on purpose. So telling stories like this, especially when like because with books you don't get the intonation, you don't get, it's like texting, like you can infer your own subtext with the performance, but since this is performed like like a play or a movie, it's like if the audience if the character does something and everyone is grossed out, are we to believe that the character is gross, or that we actually side with the character and this is normal? Like, are they wrong or are they right?
Well, I feel like she's wrong for a lot of this, and
I feel like that's what the filmmakers, when I say the filmmakers, I mean the director and the performers, the actors, were going for, that she was unhinged and it was not positive.
Right.
Whereas I feel like that kind of stuff doesn't appear in like the Simpson and Bruckheimer stable. Like everyone is too everyone is too cool.
Yeah, everyone is way too cool, and you can see her making these mistakes, and it's like, well, yeah, it makes sense that you're making mistakes. You're 18 and he's 36. Like, he's been divorced, he's been around the block, and you're like just starting out in life.
Yeah.
You don't belong together. Sorry, movie. That was what I watched. This was Zoe, my 19-year-old, and she was like, "Mom, it's gross." He's literally twice her age, and I was like, "Yep, I'm sorry."
He
was
might literally be
1983.
almost twice her age. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt.
It said in the fun facts that he was 18 and he's 36.
Okay. I tried.
You tried. You did. You're doing your best for this movie, Nathan, which really surprises me.
Well, the thing again, I want to reiterate that I enjoyed this on an academic level, you know,
Okay.
and like if I could cut Flashdance down to the moments that I enjoyed, it would be like a 15-minute segment, you know.
It would be a music video.
Yeah, it would be. It
For
would
the
be
excellent songs.
It would be like 3 or 4 music videos, and then that's it.
Yeah, I feel like that's what Flashdance should be.
Yes. So my number at the end of this is not going to be too terribly high.
Well, neither is mine. I did not enjoy this movie.
I wasn't expecting much. Yeah, I wasn't expecting so.
Well, we're basically there. So on a scale of one welding helmet to 10 welding okay, well, better yet, on a scale of 1 bra that you removed from your shirt to 10 bras you removed through your shirt, how many bras do you give Flashdance?
I feel like 6. I feel like 6 is fair.
Okay. I'm going to go even lower and give it 5.
Okay.
Because I did not enjoy this movie. I did not love it. And I was really expecting to have some fun with this movie. I was really disappointed. I've never seen it. I've heard great things about it. People love it. It did so well. I was really expecting to like be blown away. It's 90 minutes. It's ticking all my boxes.
I feel like this met my expectations. Like having known what the Bruckheimer films are kind of like, and that, you know, and seeing the trailer and just knowing about it, nothing in this really surprised me.
Okay. Well, I think we have a first where you liked a movie more than me.
Oh, that can't be true.
I think it is. I think you've never liked a movie more than me. I think I'm always the one who is like, but it was fun. She's a mannequin who comes to life.
I feel like you're gaslighting me.
I am. I'm sorry. I want you to be a dancer, Nathan.
I feel like you're a racist and you're gaslighting me.
Oh no. Did I tell you a Polish joke?
No, they're fine. They're good people.
They're not fine. They are good people. They don't deserve the jokes that are told about them. Okay. So what is your deep cut recommendation?
So my deep cut recommendation, and I don't think I've recommended it before. So I can't say that I love dance movies, but there has been moments where I'm totally in. Like a good dance number, I am in. I don't seek dance movies out. But so if you want, let's say, an adult movie that has like amazing dance, but it's a little more about showbiz and self-destructive, and death. I can't think of a better movie that is about dance than All That Jazz.
Okay.
So Roy Scheider, so Bob Fosse, the choreographer, like the famous choreographer, he directed this, and it's really kind of a pseudo autobiography. So Roy Scheider is a director and a choreographer, and so he's doing these like incredible. Just watch the trailer. He does like this is like an Academy Award worthy film.
Okay. I've never seen it.
Yeah, so maybe is it from the 80s?
Let's look it up.
Let's look it up. 79 up.
79.
Well, I still recommend it. I still recommend it. So yeah, it's really about him burning the candle at both ends, the self-destructive nature of showbiz. But yeah, it's incredibly well made. All That Jazz. So yeah, if you want more dancing, but you also desperately want more story, All That Jazz.
Oh, that's a really good recommendation. Once again, Nathan's coming through where I will fail. I recommend the hobby of welding, which is a hobby that I took up a couple years ago. It is really empowering to fuse two pieces of metal together with an impenetrable bond of more metal. There's a place here locally called the Collaboratory where you can go learn beginning welding, which I did, and moved on to intermediate welding, and did not make it all the way to advanced welding because it got a little too scary for me. It is dangerous. But I loved it. It was like, as I said, so empowering, so fun, and I welded out of scrap metal in AT-AT.
Oh, gee whiz.
Yeah.
Like full size?
No, it's about the size of a small dog.
Ah. Well, that's actually what I expected, I guess.
Yeah. Full size would be bigger than my house.
Right. Uh-huh.
But I recommend it. You can also do welding and foundry and stuff like that at the Mesa Arts Center. And I'm sure that there's some place locally, wherever you're listening from, where you can take welding and blacksmithing classes, and I highly recommend it, especially for women. It's very freeing, and I love it. So I love that she's a welder by day and a dancer by night. She must seem so free all the time. Or she must feel so free all the time. Okay, well, wonderful. That was a quick one. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here with us at the end. If you like what you're hearing and also did not love Flashdance, or if you love Flashdance and want to defend it to us, please reach out to us. You can like, rate, review, subscribe, leave a comment. You can leave a comment on YouTube. You can leave a comment, message us at Most Excellent Pod on Instagram. And we hope you have nice things to say. But if you want to defend Alex and her irrational behaviors to us, please do. We're all ears. We're open to the idea that maybe we got it wrong this time. You can find us and become a member at True Story FM. For $5 a month, you get every episode early, and with bonus content, you get access to the Discord, where you can become part of the True Story FM family and discuss all of the shows that are available to you. And it's really super fun. TrueStory.fm. Nathan, where can people find you and follow you and support you?
So squishystudios.com is the best place. My movie, the last movie I ever made, is on Hulu and rentable on Amazon and Apple. And if you want to follow me on Letterboxd, Nathan Blackwell, you might be able to see what some of the movies we're covering in the future, if you're curious. So I'm on Letterboxd just under my name, Nathan Blackwell.
Excellent. And did you say you're on Hulu now?
No. Sorry. Tubi. Duh.
Tubi. Okay.
Tubi.
All right. I was really excited.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Tubi with ads or rentable or purchasable on Amazon and the other thing.
Purchase it. It's worth the $5 or whatever it costs. You can find me at the Neighborhood Comedy Theater in downtown Mesa, Arizona, doing improv comedy every Friday and Saturday night. And while you're out there in the world, please keep the most excellent 80s movies motto in mind. Be excellent to each other and party on,
dudes.